here on Worldwide Wrestling as we head into Sturgis in Road Wild. And we're going to be seeing Greg the Hammer Valentine and martial arts expert Jerry Flynn go out of here. But Ray, let's talk for a second during the course of this match about one of the matches signed for Road Wild. As you see, one of the great veterans, successful stars in our sport, and Greg Valentine. We're going to talk about Diamond Dallas and Curt Hennig. We still are not sure where Hennig's coming from. You know, there's been speculation, well, he's a member of the NWO, or he's a member of the Horsemen, or you've said it many times, he's a free agent, not knowing really what direction he's going to take. But he doesn't like DDP, and they're going to have a match, and you're going to see, fans, two of the most successful athletes ever hook it up at Road Wild.
And you know, I think Curt is, I know he is, because I used to manage him. I've been on both sides with him. We've had our differences, and we've had our fun together. And I'll tell you something, as good as DDP is, and as good as the Diamond Cutter is, and he's used it on Savage, he's used it on a lot of people. He's won a lot of matches, and he's made himself extremely popular and famous because of it. But Curt Hennig can think in that ring. And he is going to start that match thinking about the Diamond Cutter. And it's going to be very hard for DDP to apply it.
Fans, do not forget, the event is Road Wild. And the event comes your way only on pay-per-view on a Saturday night. That is Saturday night, the 9th of August. And we will take the air at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is only on pay-per-view. Second straight year of the Great Sturgis Rally for us in Sturgis, South Dakota. We want you to be a part of this big event. And the only way is calling your local cable operator. Join us for Road Wild, Saturday night, the 9th of August, and only on pay-per-view.
You know, Tony, remember the last time we were in Sturgis?
Yes, I do.
I don't know if anybody believes it. Sturgis is a population of how many in the town?
4 or 5.
The city limit signs are on the same post.
Yeah, it's a very small location, yeah.
What would you say was there last year? 200, 300,000 bikers?
Oh, boy.
At least. I mean, it is something to see. And they get into it. They like wrestling.
It was a very unique event, and certainly the wrestling was just that. And I'll never forget what happened 1 year ago when Hogan used the belt to knock the Giant right out. Over the top. Good maneuver.
Well, it was the same Hogan, just different colors.
1 and 2.
Why do you think Hogan always wore yellow? Because he's yellow.
Yes. He has proved that to us, and that's a shocking thought. Nevertheless, the event this year, Brain, DDP, Curt Hennig, one-on-one. And be very interesting to see if, you know, now let's look at it this way. Diamond Dallas has had his problems, or really you could say the NWO has had their problems with Diamond Dallas. Will they try some sort of retaliatory measure against DDP? And if they do, will Curt Hennig be a part of the NWO? Only one way to find out, fans, at Road Wild on the 9th of August, a Saturday night.
But the way Flair talks, he wants Curt Hennig to be a horseman.
Of course he does.
He's talking, well, who wouldn't? But he's talking like he's already a horseman. And I see Curt rejecting him a bit. But is that a ploy to sucker us in? I don't know. I mean, Bishop had us all suckered. Hogan's had us all suckered for years.
Years
and
years.
Me. Admit that, except me. I was the one that said what a lowlife the guy is. Nobody believed me.
Yeah, you're right, Brain, and we still don't believe you about anything else, but that's the way you are and the way we are toward you.
Well, that's your fault.
Jerry Flynn with a great back kick that time, and Flynn covers Valentine, who's in the ropes here.
You know, getting away from Valentine and Flair and outsiders and all that, I'd like to say one thing. The last pay-per-view we had at the beach, Bash at the Beach.
Bash at the Beach in Daytona
I was
Beach.
very impressed. And I don't get impressed easy. I was very impressed seeing Lex Luger, the total package, put Dennis Rodman in the rack, put Randy Macho Man Savage in the rack, and put the heavyweight champion of the world, Hulk Hogan, in the rack. All three in less than 2 minutes. The most awesome display of strength I've ever seen.
The media attention for that one event was incredible. Of course, Dennis Rodman wrestling for the first time, and we were both very impressed with how he handled himself in a wrestling ring for the first time. He is an athlete.
Oh, no doubt about that. I understand the media are going to be out in force, too, at Sturgis. I know the Sturgis Daily News is sending over their photographer.
Sturgis Daily News.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's his name.
What about the paper from Rapid City?
They don't have a paper.
They don't?
No. Nobody there can read.
Would you please leave those people alone? There's a knee now by Greg Valentine. Of course, Valentine, we talk so much about the Steiners, being the master of suplexes. Valentine has been known as one of the great suplexers as well. And, of course, his elbow drop, as he calls the brain buster, is awesome as well. And that time, Flynn tried to get some of those blows in, but Valentine just too strong for him here, Brain.
I'll tell you about Valentine. You know, if you give him a 10-minute time limit match, he'll go out there and fight you for 10 minutes, but he'd rather it be a 2-hour match. He wants you to beat on him. He wants you to get that sweat going. He wants you to start making his heart pump. And the more he fights, the tougher he gets. Ooh. No place to go there. Flat on the mat, your back takes it all.
The knee driven down hard now. And a cover. 1, 2.
Oh, could his father hit you? Johnny Valentine.
Wow, you're right.
I was holding a guy once, and Johnny hit him, and my shins hurt.
Well, that's just...
Well, I'll tell you the guy I was holding.
Who?
Swede Hansen. Remember him?
Sure do.
He could hurt you getting instructions.
Slap now, and here is Flynn. He'd had enough of that. Repeated kicks. Front kicks that time, and here we go. Spin wheel kick missed.
Oh!
And there's that brain buster elbow.
A hammer.
Valentine going to pick Jerry Flynn up, and there's another suplex from Valentine. Here comes the bionic elbow drop. Boom!
He's got him. When he got him with that first elbow, that brain buster right between the eyes, he had Flynn. He had him where he wanted him, on the mat.
So the veteran Greg Valentine gets the cheers from the fans, and he earned it. Doesn't talk much, but he
doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to. Lets his hard blows do the talking for him. Elbow drops and double axe handles and sledgehammers. Here it is again.
Well, Flynn tried that side leg sweep. Missed. Valentine got him with that hammer right between the running lights. Drops him on the back of his head for good measure. Flynn's not going anyplace. Drops the elbow. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, the Valentine Man.
That's Greg the Hammer Valentine. Next, La Parka, Chris Jericho, but listen to this.
WCW.